questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. There's no one here for the public appearances section. There's no unfinished business. Under item 6, new business. A, consideration of resolution 17-4-2165, awarding of a bid for parking lot improvement projects. Is there a motion for approval?
Move approval.
Mr. Stefani.
In your packets, you have tonight's resolution, a fiscal note, the bid summary as completed by Strand Associates. We did receive 4 bids for this project on March 2nd. Raymond P. Cattell Incorporated provided the low bid in the amount of $417,984. Strand did review the bids, and you might have noticed that their calculation came up with a different total. For the second low bid, Madrell Excavating, they had a math error that was corrected, and Raymond P. Cattell did have the low bid. The Public Works Committee will review this packet and recommendation at this coming Wednesday's April 5th meeting, and I'll be back to City Council on April 17th for the second read of this recommended award. The library portion of the bid came in at $167,379. The City Hall parking lot portion of the bid came in at $198,782.50, and the well 2 portion came in at $51,822.50.
Which were all better, way better than our estimate.
They all fall within our budgeted allocations. I would say the tightest one would be the amount we had dedicated to well 2, but the library and City Hall, we definitely have enough to cover the project.
It looks like, unless I was missing, but we were substantially under on the two big ones.
Yes.
Or is
For
there
the
still
City Hall one,
Okay.
yeah.
And the library, too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, discussion.
Would it make sense to approve this
Yeah.
pending Public Works approval?
Which is this week.
Doug, is
Yeah,
that
that'd be fine.
friendly amendment?
Yeah. Well,
Sure.
we vote on, but tonight at council, you mean?
Well, we're not going to vote on this at council.
No,
This
not
is
at council, just
reading,
first reading at council
Oh.
tonight.
But for us,
Yeah.
All right, is there any further questions? You're okay with the bidder?
Yes, definitely.
Good.
Raymond P. Cattell, they do good work. I think they have a very good reputation here in the Madison metro area.
One kind of quick question, and we can talk about it, I guess, with the microsurfacing, but can they do cleanup on microsurfacing? Like where there is a patch that goes out, so you don't have to do a whole big section, you know? Is there such a thing? Because it looks so nice, but it is peeling up on
There are points of
D-
delamination on nickels. They
on
cannot,
nickels.
yeah, they cannot do infrared heat because it'll make the surrounding microsurface brittle, make it more likely to peel up. But I'll explain some of the aggregate when we get
Okay.
to that bid.
All right, further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Wood,
Aye.
Alder Bussey,
aye.
That is approved. Item 6B is consideration of Resolution 17-4-2166, amending the 2017 capital budget for the purchase of a rapid flash beacon and RFB system for the intersection at Nichols and Schluter Roads. Is there a motion for approval?
Move approval.
Mr. Stefani.
Thank you, Mayor. Touching on a little bit of the bids we just talked about, in the City Hall parking lot reconstruction bid, we will have a significant balance when everything is accounted for to the tune of around $40,000, and that is even after a planned contingency, observation, administration. So we have had some concerns brought to our attention in Public Works, and we've discussed this intersection a few times at our Public Works Committee about making it safer. I obviously have not approached Public Works Committee about this yet. I'm due to discuss this coming Wednesday. But I think with our balance that we have in this line item, I think it'd be appropriate if we could reallocate $9,100 to help cover the cost of a rapid flash beacon system at the intersection just outside the library here. The complaints that we have is the traffic cannot see the pedestrians in the crosswalk as they come up the hill out here. The rapid flash beacon system would be our second one. We do have the system at the shop that we're going to be putting up at Lofty Monona Drive. As soon as the weather clears up, we're going to start installing that system. It's going to be similar to that, but this is a two-lane system. The one that we bought for Monona Drive has the beacon being installed in both terraces as well as the median. So it's a push-button system, and it has alternating flashing amber lights. It's highly effective. So
Was this discussed at all in university or the safe routes to schools stuff?
they touched on that in the I believe it was the safe routes transportation portion.
Mhm.
You see a lot of these going in the area. I think all over the state as well to make these crosswalks safer. So our TAPCO proposal was $8,064, and I'm seeking an overall budget amendment of $9,100 to cover the purchase and installation.
Alder Bussey?
Again, I'd friendly amendment to make a contingent on Public Works approval.
Sure.
All right. Further discussion?
Yeah.
Alder Wood?
Yeah, just a couple things. First, I think I brought that intersection up with Dan and quite a while ago, just because I live right next to it and very familiar, especially walking to Winnequa School, and which is obviously a K through 5 school, so you've got a lot of short people walking that way, and it's even for adults, it's difficult to know for sure that the cars see you or not, and it's obviously more difficult for kids. It was brought up in the university project. They had a more elaborate recommendation that was going to involve physical reconstruction of the intersection, and would have obviously been a lot more expensive and difficult to implement. If we decide this doesn't work, we could still look at something like that. But
Are the sight lines okay? You were saying with the heights and,
the sight lines
are
now?
you confident? No, with
Oh,
this,
with this.
that this is going to be.
I think with
as long as people follow what it's telling
Right.
them, but they should see it. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
I believe if they don't see this, then they are absolutely not
Okay.
paying attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually I was down on Monroe Street over the weekend and saw one. I think that's, not sure what the cross street is. It's where Trader Joe's is. There's one there, and these are, just to emphasize, they're pedestrian activated, so they don't flash all the time, because drivers get used to those and will start ignoring them after a while. So it's, pedestrian pushes the button and they start flashing. So anyway, and Dan and I had talked about it after the university project of and he had proposed this solution rather than rebuilding the intersection, and so I'm really happy to see this moving forward.
Cool. When would it be installed?
Well,
Take a
once
couple
we
weeks.
have it approved, TAPCO can probably have it here within a month. Our guys would get right on it.
We do our own installation.
We would do our own installation on
We
this.
do our own electrical.
This is solar powered, so we can program it and take care of everything ourselves on this one.
Further questions?
No.
Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
I
Opposed? No, good job.
Thank you.
Consider, item 6C is consideration of resolution 17-4-2167, awarding of a bid for the 2017 microsurfacing project. Is there a motion for approval?
move approval.
Mr. Stefani.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. In front of you, you have the resolution and fiscal note for this project. I handed out a color map. I wasn't sure if you received a color map. That'd be easier to see. And then as well as the bid summary for the project. We received 2 bids on March 16th from the contractors in the area that are known to do this work, Struck and Irwin Paving and Farner. This year, Struck and Irwin Paving provided the low bid in the amount of $128,172.52. This will be discussed at this week's Public Works Committee meeting as well. We have $300,000 set aside in this year's capital budget to complete this work. The balance of that fund will go towards completing our mill and overlay for this year, as well as some concrete repairs that we have planned on Femwright Drive. Regarding the aggregate, Mayor, last year and this year we have black granite spec'd in our project manual. The first year in 2015 we had boiler slag, and from what was explained to me is boiler slag does not have as many edges or ridges for adherence like the black granite. So the black granite has more pores and more edges for bonding.
It was done in Winnequa, correct?
No, Winnequa was boiler slag. The last year's project right out front of City Hall on Schluter Road, going to the north, that was black granite, Greenway, Maywood, and that product so far has lasted pretty good. I think we only had one area that had an issue, and that happened within a month or so of it being applied, and that's on Bridge Road. They're going to come back this year and do a warranty repair on it, but overall, the black granite holds up very nicely, and it's listed in other specifications outside of Wisconsin. So
Can we use it for a patch job on Nichols, or on Dean? Nichols.
I'm not sure. There's something there's something there because we did the warranty repairs last year and those have failed.
Oh,
So there's something happening with the asphalt underneath that's causing it to delaminate, causing the bond not to stick. The plows, you see areas of plow rub, you're going to have that. But the delamination on Nichols, I don't know what's causing it. But we haven't had delamination in too many other areas except for Nichols and Winnequa Road in certain areas. The other areas are holding up just fine. And the areas with the black granite is holding up really well. This year's product is black granite. We're going to be doing 50 to 65%, I believe, in black granite. The rest will be like crushed limestone, some filler type aggregate. That's common in the national spec. So I think for the amount of roads we have and the price, it's far lower than what my estimate was, and my estimate I based on the past 2 years worth of work that we had. I don't know if I think Struck and Irwin sharpened their pencil again, and they wanted the work because we got a very good price this year. So we're able to do more work. Excuse me?
We're doing a lot of it.
Yeah.
Mr. Bussey.
So you are confident there's going to be enough left in the cookie jar to do the mill and overlay and the concrete repair?
Yes. Yep.
And I offer a friendly amendment again, contingent upon Public Works approval.
Yes.
Further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Bussey?
Aye.
Alder Wood?
Aye.
All right, good job again.
Thank you.
Item D is convening in closed session under Wisconsin Statute Section 19.85, paren 1, E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. This is regarding the IAFF Local 311 contract. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
Before we do that, I guess I would ask if there's really, do we need to go into closed session? We do. Okay. Then I will move to go into closed session.
Second.
Motion second. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Wood?
Aye.
Alder Bussey?
Aye.
This will be 10 minutes.
You promise?
it out. Is my buddy in the run? That's Ted. Was he potential? Ted's a loose cannon.
Are we still
Goods.
on the air, or? we wish
Hey,
they-
guys, are we still on the air? You need to clip the mics when we're not meeting. Make sure the mics are off. But okay.
Oh, no, we needed the mics.
Oh, okay. All right. I just
Closed session.
live and die by the on air light when I see that on.
That's so if people check in, it's not like the stream's down, it just says you're in a closed session.
All right, super duper. Glad it's my last meeting. But we're not
Whoops.
done yet. And
That's
I'm,
true.
And I'm under drugs, so this could still be fun.
You're under drugged? You didn't take enough?
Under, yeah, that's
Oh.
true. I am under.
Where am I at here?
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to reconvene an open session under Wisconsin Statute, Section 19.85, paren 2. Moving on to item 6F is consideration of Resolution 17-4-2164, approving the terms of the contract with the International Association of Firefighters Local 311. Is there a motion for approval?
Move approval?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Again, thank you for everyone involved in the negotiations. Item 6G is consideration of Resolution 17-4-2168, approval of a scope of work from Strand Associates for the Riverfront Development Demolition Services. Sonia.
Thank you.
Is there a motion for approval?
Move approval?
Second.
Sonia, Ms. Reichertz.
In your packets is a scope of services from Strand Associates for demolition-related services at the Riverfront Development. And the work that Strand would complete is preparing bidding documents and a project manual to complete, to bid out and complete all of the demo that would be needed at the Riverfront site. It's on a time and materials basis up to $110,000. This would be a TIF expense in TIF number 9. The demo work would be completed in 2 phases, but it would be bid out as one project. So the first phase would be for the Chase Building and Inland Marine, the buildings that are needed to be cleared for phase 1 of the development. And then the second phase would be the Bridge Road buildings. And those would be completed before phase 1 of the development opens. So summer of next year is when all of the work would be done.
Where is this?
Here.
It was,
Handout.
There was a handout tonight?
No, I can't.
it was, yeah.
Oh, okay, excuse me one second. Yes, Alder Bussey?
Mark, 9 has enough, I mean, the resources from 9, were they all taken? Is this realistic? There's not a budget memo with it.
We're gonna have to do a budget amendment. I mean, basically how it's gonna take, there's gonna have to transfer money from another fund to pay for this until we borrow the money when we actually do the demolition, and then we'll put it in a borrowing there. But currently, we don't have, in TIF 9, there's really no funds available right now.
So we're gonna have to borrow the money,
Eventually, yep.
and then, when.
Like we've been doing through the bank, we'll do
Well, we'll probably work with Jeff and actually do something
a, oh,
different.
okay.
Yeah, we'll figure out what we all need once this is approved, and we'll do, if it's a small thing, we might go through the bank. If it's something bigger, we'll do a larger borrowing, so.
Because we're gonna have to do borrowing with the last buildings. too,
Yes.
correct? So this will get lumped in with the building
Yes.
borrowing.
Got it. Thanks.
Further questions? Anything else, Sonia?
This was approved by the CDA.
All
And
right, here,
I guess
yes.
one,
Alder
and
Woods.
it's on the council agenda for
Next month.
approval tonight. I thought, isn't it?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
The idea being, this is one piece of it, we can get moving.
That's right.
Since time is fleeting, we need to do that.
All right. If there's no further discussion, would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Bussey?
Aye.
Alder Wood?
Aye.
Motion approved. Item 7, acceptance of general fund accounts payable checks dated March 17th through the 30th of 2017. Mr. Hudaker.
Not a lot of activity, but I just kind of hit on a couple
Good.
things. Page 1, you'll see a lot of these City of Stoughton, City of Verona, Village of DeForest. So we are doing a grant, OWI grant, with all these communities listed, and it rotates from year to year who collects the money, then who pays the other municipalities. So before DeForest was doing it, now we're going to do it. So we'll collect the aid, and then we pay these other municipalities who are joining with this OWI grant. So it's kind of an in and an out, and we keep our portion. Page 3, heirs distribution. Just want to talk about the Easter egg hunt is coming up, so that's some costs they had getting ready for it. Page 4, City of Sun Prairie was MPSIS CAD software license agreement that was approved in the capital. We just did a budget amendment probably 2 months ago on that one. Page 5, the Dane County Salt, the Highway Department, February salt, just so the numbers decrease because no need for salts right now.
One question, I guess I'll just pop this to Dan. Street signs for Decker Supply, what street signs do we add or
Those just might be miscellaneous signs right there.
for damage,
We
repair?
did some crosswalk signs that we use for purchase.
Okay.
Page 6, Kaiser Ford. So a vehicle repair here at Police Department. An officer's car was ran into. Luckily, he was not in the vehicle at the time. And so it's the damage to repair it. The insurance, their insurance covered and our insurance covered. So this is the cost of the repair.
And just a question, but $15,000 in repairs, they wouldn't consider it totaled?
Nope,
No,
Sheesh.
they tried to get them to call that and they wouldn't call it.
Wow, okay,
it's $40,000 vehicles. Yeah, I wonder if they-
true, but
Yeah, the frame, there was some concern about the frame, but the frame appeared to be fine, so, because it was a hell of a whack.
Yeah, luckily he was out. And
Right.
Actually had another stop. So. Landmark services down below that is our fuel costs for the month. Further down there is Monona East Side Business Alliance on page 7. It's our $10,000 for the Monona Area Guide support. Stuff's kind of small. I don't have anything else until page 16. Simple Grinnell. This is related to the library, so it's their fire alarm repair and then there's fire protection service contract for the library. On the page 18, Warner Electric Supplies, just kind of showing the expense for new lighting. $1,700 worth. It adds up in a hurry. That's all I have.
Move approval of the accounts payable checks dated March 17th,
Aye.
2017.
we'll second that.
Motion second, all those in favor say aye.
All right,
Opposed? Accounts have been paid.
Move to adjourn.
second,
Motion second, all those in favor of adjournment say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting's adjourned, thank you.